A gun was found inside a first-grade student's backpack yesterday on school grounds. Alachua County Sheriff's deputies say the child's mother also had no idea the weapon was there in the first place. TV 20's Zitlali Solache joins us live from Meadowbrook Elementary School. Zitlali, what are parents saying about the incident?
Yeah, Dave, parents I spoke with say they are shocked, especially after learning the child was only in first grade. It all unfolded right here at Meadowbrook Elementary when the teacher opened up the backpack and saw the gun inside. Alachua County Sheriff's deputies say it all happened at around 1 p.m. The school resource deputy immediately responded, taking the gun and securing it. According to the deputy, the student was asked to start bringing a backpack to school prior to the incident. The child's mother found an old backpack in her trunk and gave it to the child without knowing her gun was inside the bag. The child's mother says the weapon is normally kept in the glove compartment, but was moved into the bag without her knowing.
First of all, thought it was a shock. A shock because nothing was done to the individuals who didn't make sure their firearm was properly secured somewhere and in a safe location when they know they have children in the vehicle.
Scott says a similar situation happened in Oakview Middle last month. She says the frequent incidents makes her worried for her children. The Meadowbrook school principal responded to the investigation, saying those who own a firearm to make sure it is stored safely and not accessible to the child. Deputies say because the situation was accidental, no charges have been filed. Live in Gainesville, Zitlali Solache, TV 20 News.